Good morning, Flosstube. It's Barbie, Petal Pusher, here with another quick Flosstube update for you. Today is Wednesday, February 28th. Cannot believe February is gone already. I'm glad, don't get me wrong, because winter is not my favorite. I'm looking forward to spring. We have had a couple of really nice warm days here and there, and it just like gives you that little taste like it's coming. Hang on a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. I've got a couple things to share with you really quickly. My videos never last really long. So if you need a short, quick video, I'm your girl. Let's just jump right into it. I do have a finish. I think since I've started these videos, I've got a lot more finishes and like fully finished too. And I think it's because of you guys. I feel like since I'm going to be showing it on a video, I really need to get it done. I really need to get it completely finished, looking nice, so thanks. So if you follow me on Instagram, which is @BarbiesPetalPusher, I'll link it below. You've already seen this, but I've been working on this since right around Christmas. It's a pattern that's in my shop, and it was made because of the Jane Austen Read Along and Stitch Along Facebook group. If you haven't joined, go do it because it's loads of fun. So the first book was Sense and Sensibility. And I've always wanted to make a Sense and Sensibility pattern, and when they announced that this group was starting, it finally like kicked me in the butt and got me going on doing this. So here it is. Back up a little bit. It's finished. I love it. This is the biggest thing I've ever designed, so I'm pretty proud of it. And I finished it not my normal way, so you can clearly see I've been watching Priscilla and Chelsea. So thanks, Priscilla and Chelsea. So let me tell you a little bit about the pattern real quick. I've talked about it a little in older videos. So it's mainly more based off the Sense and Sensibility movie with Emma Thompson and Hugh Grant, that one, because it's one of my favorite movies. So we've got Barton Cottage, we've got the mom, Mrs. Dashwood, the youngest sister, Margaret. This is Eleanor and Marianne. I tried to give, you know how Kate Winslet has like that really weird bad hairdo? Tried to kind of do that to this girl. S&S at the top. Jane Austen, 1811 when it was published. This is Colonel Brandon, and these are the hothouse flowers he brings Marianne. And this is Mr. Willoughby. There he is. And these are the more like wildflowers that he brings. The quote in the middle is the sonnet, I believe, from William Shakespeare that Marianne and Willoughby love to quote so much. And then at the bottom here, you've got some of the other characters from that movie. So let me help you out a little bit here. Switch sides. So this is supposed to be their half-brother, Mr. Dashwood, I think John Dashwood, and his wife. And then her brothers, Edward and Robert. This is Miss Lucy Steele. And then you've got Sir John. I left out Lady Middleton because she's not in the movie and she's really not that important in the book, so I left her out. And then Mrs. Jennings, and of course Sir John is waving because he's always so friendly. And then on the end is Mrs. Jennings' daughter and her husband, Mr. and Mrs. Palmer. So, and he's always grumpy. He's the guy that was the doctor in House. So, couple changes from the pattern that I did on mine. Not a lot, but for this border here and down here, instead of using the called for navy, which is in his coat, her dress, his coat, I subbed out a color in cotton. I think it's called like Midnight maybe. It's her dark blue that was in the club not too long ago. And then I did mine on Irish tea-dyed linen, just that I got at Michael's. And their hair was blending in, so I used the called for thread and one strand of white. So it still blends in a little, but I think you can see it enough. And then the frame, this window, so it's kind of an odd size, so it wouldn't fit in any standard frames, sorry. So I was like, okay, think outside the box, what can you do? My mom was with me, we were at Hobby Lobby, I'm like, Mom, we gotta just cruise the aisles and we gotta find something. And I thought, like, she was totally not with me here. She was not picking up what I was putting down. I said, we've gotta find something like that you could stick it on top of, like a window frame or something. And I swear no sooner had we said that than we rounded an aisle and I found this. So this is just from Hobby Lobby. I think it was on sale because everything always is, or you use your coupon. And then I grabbed these flowers at Hobby Lobby too and just kind of arranged them. So I love it. Love how it turned out. It is in my Etsy shop already, and actually it's on sale right now. It's 15% off. If you are interested, go check it out. I'll link my Etsy store below, but it's Petal Pusher, like petal like the flower. I always say that every time. But yep, so that is mainly what I was working on because I really wanted to get it done so I can move on to some other things, which brings me to whips. Sorry, the table keeps shaking. My phone is, it's always like perched on random stuff I find in my house, so it happens. So whips, crinkle crinkle, out of the bag. I also use the fancy storage method, so many of us do. So remember my Winter Wonderland piece? I had so much fun with those. I've started, I'm going to do it as all 4 seasons. So I grabbed some Monaco and tea-dyed it with Vanna's Bacon Based. And I've started on my spring pattern. So same format as the Winter Wonderland. It's going to kind of be the line and the houses, and I'm going to switch up what's around the houses. So you can see I've got some stems. We're going to have some tulips and daffodils because they're some of my favorites. Some nice trees. We're going to have some clouds and wind and a little wording down here. So this is stitching up really fast. I just started it yesterday morning or the night before. I don't know. I haven't worked on it very much, so I'll get back to that soon. Nice bright fun colors. So there's that one, needle minder. I think I bought just the pendant and then made it into a needle minder off of Etsy. That's pretty much what I have for whips. The only other thing I can show you is actually not progress, it's negative progress. So I went back to Santa's Village and I'm in the process of ripping out the brown DMC because it just looked too dark. Like when you compare it with the hazelnut that it's supposed to be, the called for, like to me that doesn't even come close to, well, that lighting it does. But in real life, like this seems way lighter, so I think it'll make that wreath stand out better and just things look better in general. So I've almost got all the brown, which I had stitched like almost this whole top part. What are you gonna do? I think in the end I'll like it better. So negative progress on Santa's Village. And those are my whips. That's it. Not a whole lot. But I have done some shopping lately, which is probably not good, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So let me show you my haul. First, my color and cotton threads came in the other day. And I know you've seen a lot of people post these on Instagram. They are gorgeous. I'll hold them up for you real quick though. Angela knocking it out of the park again. So she did all these real pretty neutrals. We've got dried sage, fresh wool, it's real pretty, inkwell, showing up pretty good today. It's really cloudy today. Clay pot and wildwood, which kind of has some almost bluey tones to it. So love it. I just was talking to a friend at school pickup the other day. Hi Katie, if you're watching. And she was just saying color and cotton had some openings, and so she got on, so she was really excited. What is going on with all this hair? Hang on, I gotta pull this back. So that's that, and then like I've said before, my LNS is Stitcher's Station up in Hillsboro, Illinois. The St. Louis area does not have any cross-stitch stores, which is kind of ridiculous. So Hillsboro is probably almost an hour and a half from St. Louis, but it's just about 50 minutes from me. And it's where I used to teach. So I was in town meeting some friends for lunch the other day, so of course I had to stop in. And of course you can't just go in and not buy anything, that'd just be rude. So I got a couple things. I got another Prairie Schooler, Wedding and Birth Sampler 3. It's not necessarily my favorite thing in the world, but I thought these birds were kind of cool. And I've got some ideas on maybe changing some colors to kind of modernize it a bit, and maybe some gifting ideas for this one. And then I found, you've seen this one before, Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. it's been on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list for quite some time, so I thought, might as well get it, right? So one of these days I want to do this, and I think I want to convert it all to my color and cottons. We got that clay pot, possibly. Then I had a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. So I got Shutter Green for Santa's Village. I got Aztec Red for Tulip House, and I got my fabric. I was going to go with the slate hand-dyed, but I'm kind of scared. I've never really stitched on black before, so I went with a 16 count Aida in the, well, you can see it, chalkboard black by I don't know who. But, so I'm hoping this will be a little easier on my eyes, because a lot of times I stitch at night and I'm just tired by then. So this is going to be a start soon. Very soon, hopefully. I want to get that spring thing done first. We're mostly done, and then I want to start on that. I also got, and I'm really excited about this, thanks to Pam from Just Keep Stitching, and Lindy Stitches too, Stephanie. I got Seeds of Freedom by Silver Creek Samplers. And I've got some good plans for this. My sister, well, I have 2 sisters and a brother. I'm the youngest of 4. Both my sisters know how to stitch and used to stitch. And just, you know, with kids and life and everything getting busy, both of them have kind of stopped. My one sister, Lori, has started kind of stitching a little bit more. She likes to do the Pretty Little Cities by Satsuma Street. And so she's working on that right now. She's getting fairly regular at stitching again. And I'm hoping my sister Jenny will pick it back up again soon. Her kids are getting a little older. One just got her driver's license, so maybe she can find a little bit of time. We went through her stash the other day, and maybe that got her motivated to pull it back out. But anyway, my older sister Jenny is the family genealogist. So she wants to create in her house, like, you know, kind of on a big wall like this, a whole like gallery of pictures of all of our ancestors, but she said she wanted something that was a little more interesting instead of just like photo, 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 photo. So